Welcome to my channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of tarot cards, a system of symbols that has captivated people for centuries. But what exactly are tarot cards? Where did they come from? And do they really have the power to reveal the future? I'll guide you through their history, discuss their connection to spirituality and divination, and share examples of predictions that seem to come true with uncanny accuracy. Get ready to uncover one of the greatest mysteries of human civilization. The story of tarot cards begins in 14th century Europe. While there are many theories about their origin, the first documented examples of these cards appeared in Italy. Known as tarocchi, they were a type of playing card enjoyed by the upper class. The game was called trionfi and featured illustrated figures representing allegorical themes like justice, death, and the sun. These symbols, centuries later, evolved into powerful archetypes brimming with esoteric meaning. By the 15th century, tarot cards began to take on a more spiritual role. They were no longer just for entertainment, but also used as a tool for divination. A famous story from this era involves the Duke of Milan, Francesco Sforza, and his wife, Bianca Maria Visconti. Legend has it that Bianca possessed a tarot deck she used to seek guidance on political matters. While no concrete evidence of her predictions exists, the fact that members of the aristocracy showed such interest in tarot speaks volumes about how seriously they took it. With the arrival of the 18th century, tarot cards became increasingly associated with occultism and mystical knowledge, largely thanks to Antoine Cour de Gebelin. Gebelin was a French scholar who firmly believed that tarot cards originated in ancient Egypt. According to his theory, the cards held centuries-old wisdom hidden within their mystical symbols. He published his work Le Monde Primitif in the 18th century, outlining his views on the mystical significance of tarot. Although his theory has been widely disputed by historians, it contributed to the growing interest in tarot as a means of fortune-telling. Another prominent scholar, Eliphas Levi, emerged in the 19th century. Levi argued that tarot cards were directly linked to Kabbalah, the Jewish mystical system. In his book Dogmes et rituels de la haute magie, Levi referenced the use of tarot as a gateway to understanding the mysteries of the universe. He introduced the idea that the Fool in Tarot represents the spirit journeying through the stages of existence, with the other cards representing stations along this journey. When we talk about the power of tarot to predict the future, there are examples that suggest their influence. One of the most well-known stories involves Madame Lenormand, a famous fortune-teller of the 18th century who claimed to have predicted the rise and fall of Napoleon Bonaparte. She allegedly warned Napoleon's wife, Josephine, about her future difficulties. Lenormand's predictions made her famous throughout Europe, with nobles seeking her advice on their own endeavors. Another intriguing case is the story of Alexandre Papus, real name Gérard Encausse, who lived in the 19th and 20th centuries. Papus was an occultist and tarot expert. In 1912, he was asked to interpret the future of Tsar Nicholas II of Russia. During the reading, Papus predicted the death of the Tsar and his family, a prediction that tragically came true with their execution in 1918. While it could have been a coincidence, his prediction remains one of the most mysterious examples in tarot history. A tarot deck typically consists of 78 cards, divided into the major and minor arcana. The major arcana comprises 22 cards, such as the Fool, the Hermit, and Death, representing significant spiritual teachings and archetypes. The minor arcana, on the other hand, includes 56 cards divided into 4 suits: swords, wands, cups, and pentacles. These cards depict everyday challenges and the finer details of life. The mystery of tarot lies in its connection to the subconscious. Many believe that the cards don't literally predict the future, but act as a mirror reflecting our hidden desires, fears, and the paths that lie ahead. The subjective interpretation of the cards gives divination its unique power. Readings are based on the emotions and energy of the person asking the questions, making each interpretation unique. Let's talk about some of the strange and unexplained stories of tarot card predictions. One of the most famous seers of the 19th century, Eliphas Levi, allegedly used tarot to reveal future events with startling accuracy. In one instance, a wealthy merchant asked him about the potential success of a risky investment. Levi drew the Tower card, a card symbolizing destruction and sudden chaos. Despite the warning, the merchant ignored the prediction, and a few months later his business crumbled, leaving him bankrupt. These stories make us wonder, is it just coincidence, or is there something more we can't explain? Such examples not only add to the mystery, but also reinforce the feeling that tarot cards possess a power beyond human comprehension, intriguing listeners and prompting them to consider the unexplored dimensions of our existence. In conclusion, tarot cards remain one of the most captivating mysteries of human civilization. From the games of Renaissance nobles to the mystical predictions of occultists, tarot cards have transformed into a spiritual tool full of symbolism and power. Whether you believe in their predictive abilities or not, we can't deny their impact on our imagination and desire to uncover the unknown. Tarot reminds us that the human soul has always sought answers beyond the material and obvious, seeking something deeper and more mystical. The allure of tarot lies precisely in its refusal to provide absolute answers, instead opening up avenues for thought. It encourages us to reflect on our decisions, confront our fears, and explore our dreams and aspirations. Perhaps that's why it remains so popular even in modern times. While science hasn't confirmed its power, tarot continues to serve as a tool for self-discovery and a bridge to the unconscious. Another example worth mentioning is the story of Pamela Colman Smith, who, in the early 20th century, created the well-known Rider-Waite deck with Arthur Edward Waite. Smith's illustrations were rich in symbolism and spiritual elements, and her work remains the most recognizable tarot system in the world. In fact, her imagery is considered so powerful that it has influenced countless artists and tarot readers. Consider, for instance, the Fool card. The Fool doesn't just symbolize naivety or the beginning of a journey, but also the power of faith, the willingness to embrace the unknown even when we don't have all the answers. It's the epitome of the spirit that seeks to explore the world with an open heart, despite the fear of failure. Similarly, the Death card, although associated with loss, is actually a card of transformation and rebirth. It reminds us that every ending brings a new beginning and that change is inevitable but often liberating. Even today, people from all walks of life use tarot cards. They are no longer just a game for the nobility or a tool for occultists, but a means of exploring our inner lives. From the psychology of Carl Jung, who believed that the archetypes of tarot depict profound truths of the unconscious, to modern self-improvement and therapy sessions, tarot cards continue to offer inspiration and guidance. In closing, the mystery of tarot cards lies not so much in predicting the future, but in their ability to connect us to the present. They offer a window into our desires, fears, and hopes. Whether we believe in their magical powers or see them simply as a beautiful way to practice introspection, one thing is certain: tarot cards remind us that life is full of surprises and wonders, as long as we are willing to face them with an open heart and mind. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the mysterious world of tarot. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future fascinating stories. Until next time, remember to always keep an open mind, because our world is filled with more mysteries than we can imagine.